Coach, it's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Redskins. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. A first carry now for Thompson. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins got a man out of the backfield. It's Chris Thompson. Give him 8 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Crash. Switch.
On 3rd down, Thompson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Watch the twist. He's crashing.
First carry for Darius Geis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Throwing on second down, Haskins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Third down, here's Haskins. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now here's Ross. 21 yards, well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
33. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
56 to mark, boy. 56. Set the tone, defense.
Jackson from the shotgun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Jones on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing. But I wonder about mindset, because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Push them back. Push them back. Wide. Get wide. Back. Squeeze. Shit. Watch the shit. Hey.
Throwing throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run on first down. It's Thompson, and not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Haskins steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Here we go, here we go. Henry, watching your ball, go. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Woo! Big dash. Go. Slim. Cover. Mike 55.
On 3rd down, Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the shit. Alert 3.
Now Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And Eifert has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mixon. And an alley to run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Mixon hit, and the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So the D-line got the push there against the O-line to stop that quarterback sneak.
A really high percentage call on offense. I think it's the right call. But as you noted, if they don't get the push, you can't get in there. There's no place for him to go. And that's why the whole play got stuffed.
Under 10. Watch out. Deuce.
Now Haskins on 1st down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On 1st down, it's Haskins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. A Redskin 1st down, the pickup 15 yards. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take him the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down to Thompson on the screen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Again, it's Haskins. And that's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Haskins, third and long. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check. Fresno. Shoot.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Love. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, man, watch the goose.
Third and 2, now Haskins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up fourth down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Jackson now. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Come on, set. Hey, come on. Watch the run, watch the run. Hold on. Motion, check. Rush in. Check, crunch.
Out of the gun, Geis. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone. For a touchback.
Let's go.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone...
He's got a man complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
93, 52, 93, 42.
Now Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
56, Mike, 56, right?
Bravo!
56. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Got his man. It's Eifert. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Shift. He's coming. We got double up.
Here's Love again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Check 4. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Go. Flare. Check.
Haskins on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
56. Hey, orbit. What's the run?
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Watch twist, watch twist. Hey, look at that. 3.
Check.
Say. Check three.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down now. It's Thompson, and that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's go now. 15 on it. You got tight right there.
Tighten up.
Hey, tighten up.
Kill.
Slam.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
And Hopkins' kick is good. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Dalton wants to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Andy Dalton now just 3 of 6 throwing, but that last completion, Anderson loses the football, and the Redskins scoop it.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'm trying to collect.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
We're not ready. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Shoot.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Matt Ioannidis in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So now Dalton. And the pressure gets to him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Washington, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.